Greetings fellow modelers, this is part 9, the last part to building YOAV HOZMI F-16, and here below in the description you should see where to download the free kit. Let's begin. So here's the thing, I didn't know until I was looking at YOAV kit that the F-16 carried an arresting hook. Boy, the things you know because of building a paper model and the research that happens after. Well, building the arresting hook should be a pretty straightforward process. So here I'm cutting out the hook, and then this small piece here has to do with place just in front of the hook. So I'm just cutting this out, folding the edges as needs be, and installing it using the basic quick drying glue. We fold over, we glue, and we just simply put our hook in place. There you go. Nice. So here's how I do my canopy. By no means is this perfect, but this is how I got it done. So I made the frame from YOAV template itself, fold it over, coat it, and then make it hard using quick drying glue. And once that has dried, I then sand it a little bit, smooth it out, and here you see I'm using a simple pencil and just attaching it with super glue. Now, because of the scale of the model, it's very small, so I got shrink wrap. This you can pick up from any gift store. It's a shrink wrap, it costs very little, and this is what I use to then hold down all over. Now if you see, I'm wearing a thick glove, and the reason being is that I have a mini heater. And this, once I turn it on and I do the edges, you see? Perfect. I'm sorry that it went out of frame now and again, but the shrink wrap gets rid of any crease that's there, and that's how I do my canopy. And then we cut now the cockpit canopy framing out. Now bear in mind, I painted the underside, and then once we cut it out, I'm going to now paint the edges. So we just roll it, carefully cut what we need to cut, and then I paint the inside edges. That point along the edge with gray, and then the outer part with the red. And then here you see I do a basic test fit, and now I cut out the main canopy frame, and then I'm going to, once cut out, fold the front, paint the edges of course, yes, but then fold the front. And then just use droplets of that super glue along the edges, and then just hold at the front. Once I'm sure that everything is properly aligned at the front, I then go and just fine tune where next along the canopy. As you can see, I do each side this way just to make sure it's in its proper place. And then after all of that is finished, I then attach, I super glue the rear of the canopy, and then just simply cut the frame off and remove the mold. To tell the truth, it took about 2 tries with this And this is what the result is. And I'm pretty happy with it. After this now, I just cut the excess off. I leave it on it before gluing so that it will help with some of the rigidity, because it tends to at that scale be a bit small. So let's install it. Now, I cut the canopy in two, just my personal preference, because I want to look into the cockpit even at this scale. Doesn't make sense I did all that detail just to cover it. And then I use super glue to then hold it in place. And carefully just making sure that the stripes are aligned. And then leave this in its raised position. And there you have it. YOAV HOZMI F-16. His own is available in incredible Israeli colors. You should go see it. So until then, my friends, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope you enjoyed what you see. Next time round, we'll complete another model. So until then, my friends, take care, walk good, and remember, look down in the comments below, in the descriptions below. I will definitely, where possible, leave a link where you can get this free kit. Enjoy life, my friends, and one love.